Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As you can feel, I'm quite nervous, mashallah. I feel more nervous speaking to young people than old people. Okay, speaking with my own generation is quite easier, I think. So, inshallah, I'll try to share whatever I have here. I'm sure there's a lot of things that we can discuss. Okay, and I don't claim to be an expert in marriage. I have a lot of argument with my wife, and also it's work in progress. Okay, but I've experienced about 25 years of marriage. Okay, we have gone ups and downs. We lived about 4 years separate from anybody, just my wife and myself, for 4 years overseas. It's a very challenging time. It's a very sweet memory. Okay, and also experience as an appeal judge. Okay, so I've seen many cases. Okay, I've seen many cases. Some of the cases, divorce cases, which there are marriages that last as short as 3 months. Okay, after 3 months they get divorced. Okay, so there are cases where they get divorced after 30 years. Okay, after the children are all adults, then they decided to get a divorce because it's just basically tahan lah, basically tahan. Okay, with one another, between husband and wife, until the children grows up and then they separate. Okay, it's a very sad case. Okay, so what I'm trying to share today is the principles of wealthiness. This is what I see. Wealthy is a very rich marriage, a very enriching, very happy marriage, whereby both parties feel satisfied with the marriage. Okay, so there are certain things, and I will be talking a bit more on financial matters. Okay, financial terms, because I think probably you can understand better when I talk with these terms. So firstly, what is wealth? And we know wealth, definition of wealth: an abundance of valuable possession or money. Okay, so we talk about possession. What I understand as possession is risk. Okay, risk is not only physical possession. Risk is actually you have a pious wife, a pious husband. Okay, you have good children. Okay, you have health. Okay, you have good relationship with your parents. You have good relationship with your brothers and sisters. Okay, these are intangible items. Okay, and these are the things that make marriage very wealthy. Because for us, we tend to look at physical items. Okay, we see a person having big houses, we think they are happy. We think that if the wife carry a Prada bag, they think that the marriage is healthy. Okay, when they have big cars, they think, but possibly they are not the happiest people in the world. Okay, physically they have all the physical possession, but you can see that sometimes people are just on the physical side is happy, but internally they are suffering. Okay, and people with wealth, I'm not saying all, but sometimes because of the effort that they have spent in acquiring the wealth, they don't have much time together. Okay, they travel a lot. Okay, so we have to manage ourselves. We have to manage ourselves. How much are we willing to give away? Because sometimes, because in the pursuit of wealth in Singapore, husband and wife decided to work. Okay, and we spend a lot of time separate from each other. Okay, so then they realize that the relationship is damaged. Okay, so they have to discuss and come back. You have to evaluate. You have to evaluate once in a while and to decide whether the wife will have to stop, or even today, even the husband have to stop. Okay, we have cases of house husband. Okay, house husband. Then we have new cases coming in, because the expectation of the house husband and the wife working, that will be different, because everybody have their own egos to play around in the family. Okay, so so when abundance of wealth, abundance of valuable possessions, so and also have the potential of growth, and its capital should be protected, and that's basically wealth. We want our capital to be protected, the marriage to be protected, and how do we increase the romance, we increase the love, we increase the affection between husband and wife. Okay, and sometimes we tend to show by giving gifts. I think giving gifts is not necessarily the main thing. Okay, and sometimes we see old couples. You know, my wife sometimes is seeing old couples walking on the beach, holding hands, kissing one another and sitting by the bench. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way. It didn't happen accidentally. Okay, it took years of sacrifice, years of affection. You can see that kind of people. Okay, so you appreciate the commitment. Okay, the effort that they have gone through in building that marriage. It is a very simple picture, but it has a deep meaning. Okay, it's just like we see a huge tree, fruiting tree. Okay, it doesn't come by accident. You have to put a lot of effort, fertilizer to grow that tree, to protect it before you can see a tree giving you a lot of results. Okay, and also should prevent from any form of deterioration. And I will talk about this, the risks that you have to manage in marriage, because there are certain things that will happen. Okay, and basically. Just some figures that I want to give, because in 2016, okay, amongst the marriages in Malays, there were about amongst Muslims in 2016 there were about 5,954 marriages. Okay, 5,954 marriages according to the Singapore statistics, and there were about 3,408 marriages amongst Malays alone. Okay, amongst the Muslims. But the divorce rate, in 2016, the total was 1,702 amongst the Muslims. And amongst the Malays alone is 1,181 divorces. Okay, so from 3,408 marriages amongst the Malays, 1,181 fails. So you can imagine it's about 1/3. 1 out of 3 marriages will fail. Okay, it's a huge number. It's a high statistics. Okay, so we do not know. Okay, I hope I'm not one of those cases. Okay, it could be because hurricane can come into the family. Okay, calamities can come into the family. So we do not know. And today you think that your marriage can be happy, but FB comes along. You get connected with your old flames, mashallah. You have not met somebody you have known since secondary days, suddenly you get connected again, and things comes in. Okay, especially when you are angry with your wife, you're frustrated, and you just decided to connect with this person, and a lot of things happen. Okay, a lot of things happen. So and the next one, do I press myself or? Oh, it's already there. Oh, okay. Do I control it? Oh, okay. Alright, so selecting good assets, because you want to invest. Basically marriage is the biggest investment of your life. And you should pay a lot of attention. Because sometimes we pay a lot of attention in buying houses, buying cars. Marriage is your biggest investment. Okay? Because it will determine the rest of your life. A car you can change. House you can rebuy and sell and rebuy, but you cannot change your wife. Or you cannot change your husband. Once you stick with your decision, you have to bear for the rest of your life. Or you separate. And if you separate, when it happens between just husband and wife, it's quite simple. But when it comes into children, okay, the biggest losers will be the children. They will be affected for the rest of their life. Okay, so you have to consider deeply in terms of, and if the person that you want to marry is not the right person, break it off. There's nothing wrong with break it off. Okay, find a better partner. Alright, and sometimes people think that marriage is like takdir. Takdir. I don't believe marriage is takdir. Allah SWT has determined our risk, but it depends on you whether you want to determine how much you want from that takdir. Allah did not reveal it to you. Okay, Allah did not reveal to you what work you're going to get, but you have to put effort in looking for your work. The same thing with your marriage. Okay, you have to put effort in your marriage, looking for the right person. And I believe the first thing that is extremely important is attraction. Attraction between the man and woman. Okay, that's why Islam allows you to have proposal, tunang, and you're supposed to look at your. It's a very simple method, and basically, for me, when my experience when I get married, I didn't know my wife. Okay, I'm an extremely shy person. Extremely shy person. Okay, I can't talk to women. I can't talk. Okay, so and worst thing is that I was studying overseas. I don't get into contact, and worse is Medina. So I don't talk to people, and my parents were very shy. I'm a very shy person, and it takes a lot of effort for me to speak in public. This is a huge effort upon me. Okay, it's eating me up. Okay, I don't feel comfortable talking to people, but I have to. Every day I have to talk to people. You know, it's just an occupational hazard. I'm forced to speak. I prefer to be in my own space. My children always say, "Abah ni kalau if a lot of people, I walk behind quietly, minding my own business, and then my children will walk in front." I say, "Abah, what you say?" That's my nature. Okay, so when I want to get married, I didn't want a wife, and this could be one of the ways, and it's not based on takdir. Takdir means you just wait and you do effort. You must put an effort. Just like you're looking for work, you apply and you go for interviews, and then you make your own selection. Okay, so if let's say the thing is that there's a middle person for me. Okay, I met a friend and said, I want to get married. I'm ready to get married. Suggest for me one partner. So they came, show me a photo, and I said, okay lah, so not bad. Okay, so, and then I went to meet them, and after that, there's no connection. So, sometimes the father came, okay, because it's in Medina, so they came for Umrah, and sometimes they meet me and say, "Ustaz, if you want now, I shake your hand." Please. There's no connection, there's no attraction. So let me give 3 days. Let me pray istikhara. Of course, I know the result. So after 3 days, I say sorry, it doesn't happen. Okay. So after a while, it was quite a challenging time. It took me about 1 year plus. Okay. In the end, I was like going to give up. Okay, so a friend said, "Okay, how about this?" I said, "Okay lah, can lah, try lah. Anybody will do." So I took a photo. I said, "Okay." So came back to Singapore, went to meet her, talked to her, went in the family. Okay, in the house, met her. The family was around, spoke to her for about 1 hour. After that, I asked her, "What do you think?" So she said, "Okay." She said, "Okay." So I said, "All right, Alhamdulillah. And said, "Let's get married in 2 weeks." But then she got family something. So I said, "Okay, 3 weeks, okay." 3 weeks is alright. So 3 weeks alright. That was my experience. And I think basically maybe you make a lot of dua and also effort. I think it helps. So now it's about 25 years of marriage. We have 5 children. Okay, 2 of my children was born in Medina, the rest 3 born in Singapore. So Alhamdulillah, things work out. The thing is that when you want to select, I think one of the most important things I think is dua. Dua helps a lot. Okay, and then you make effort. And if you have friends that can assist you in looking for partners, I think it will help a lot. Okay, through matchmaking. But if let's say you think that you know the person, okay, one of the things that you have to select, I think, is religion. Okay, religion is not just physical practice, because sometimes people look at the physical features. Janggut, that means good person. Seluar, pendek sikit, you think that is good person. Okay, it doesn't mean. Religion is how he practices and how he interacts with the parents. I believe it is how he interacts with the parents. If you observe the person, how he speaks to the mother, if she is very respectful to the mother, it is a very strong sign that she's a very nice person. Okay, because that's one powerful sign. Okay, and also the family itself. If let's say the family they are good, surely the parents are good. So surely the most likely the children are also good. Okay, right. And also one of and Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said choose religion. But again, the first criteria was physical attraction. You need to be attracted to each other. Okay, you see in Saudi, some of them they don't even meet their wife. The potential wife is a I think it's extremely wrong. Islam encourages you to at least meet one another, speak to one another. Alright? And the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Tunkahul mar'atu li'arba. Okay, a woman is married because of these four features. Okay? Because of her money, because of her wealth, because of her beauty, okay, and because of her status, and also because of her religion. Okay, and the Prophet says, فَإِذَا الدِّينِ تَرِبَتْ يَدَكَ. You select religion and you will not worry. You will be happy. Okay, because a woman with religion, she understands her responsibility. Okay, and if you have religion, you perform your responsibility and everything will go well. Okay, and then you have nice children and you enjoy life. Okay, that's very simple. Actually, it's very simple. Okay, and compatible in status. What I meant is compatible meaning your educational level cannot be too far, but I'm sure you're quite close. And also age distance. Age distance, people think that the Prophet is 25, Khadijah is 40. It's wrong. Historical fact, it is wrong. The Prophet ﷺ married Khadijah when she was 28. It's not 40. Okay, and you look, it's impossible for a woman at the age of 40 to have 6 children. They have 4 daughters and 2 sons. Medically impossible. And also from historical point of view, it's proven that Khadijah was at the age of 28. That's why when Khadijah proposed to the Prophet ﷺ, nobody brings up an issue of age. Imagine if a person at the age of 40 comes and tries to propose to the Prophet, the family would have a second thought, because age of 40 will trigger something. Okay? So, and there are cases, I've seen cases whereby person, youth, at the age of 21, marrying a 40-year woman. Okay? And in my heart, it cannot work. And it did not work. After a few years, they separated. It's just too far apart. Okay, in terms of maturity, in terms of thinking, in terms of age. Okay, and women at the age of 40, they will age very fast. These are the issues that you have to consider. Okay? And also, I have about 5 more minutes, very short time. Okay, the next thing is that I will talk about certain characters that need to be every couple needs to have. Okay, do I have it? Oh, okay. I can see it. I only have 5 more minutes. Okay, first thing is trust. Because marriage, I think this is the basic foundation of marriage is trust. Some people say, oh, Ustaz, when my wife wants to leave, they have to ask permission from me. My wife never asks permission from me. Okay? When she wants to go out, she tells me. She says, Abba, I'm leaving. I'm going out. See, she don't ask permission because it's based on trust. I know where she's going. She's going to work. And she's a real estate agent, so she has to make clients. I trust her wherever she goes. Okay? But once you break the trust, there's a point where the marriage is going to break. Okay? So you have to build your trust. Alright? And secondly is loyalty. Loyalty between our spouses. There will be issues because sometimes the wife needs to know that the husband is loyal towards her. And if you stay with family members, it is even worse. Okay, because when you start your marriage, you share houses. You share house with your in-laws. Which in-law should you go? I think the husband should stay in your in-laws' house. I think that's the best. Because the wife feels comfortable in her own house. So the mother is looking after her. Alright? So you on top of it, you as the husband, you are the guest of the house. Okay, but if you live in your house and your wife lives in her in-laws, then your mother have a very high expectation of your wife. She will always look out and inspect her in the morning, what time she wakes up, does she cook and does she sleep, because you are the son and she wants to protect you. It's a very pressurizing life for the wife. If you get married, try to live with your in-laws. That's what I felt. Okay, and when I live with my in-laws, I feel very comfortable. Okay, but if she lives with my mother, I know my mother will give her a lot of hell. Okay, so that's one thing. And also, parents might question you and might criticize your wife. This is the time that you show your loyalty. And this is, you have to protect her. That's why Allah SWT said, Rijalu qawwamuna 'ala nisa. Qawwamuna 'ala nisa is not only to provide for her. Qawwamun means you provide security for her, you provide safety for her. Okay, so you must show that you are protecting your wife, and then your wife can believe in you. Okay, and sometimes the brothers and sisters, okay, your brothers and sisters might criticize your wife. That's why you put your feet down and this is my wife. Okay, so loyalty is very important. And commitment meaning once you get married, you're committed to the marriage. Whatever happens, you must make the marriage works. Okay, so if there's issue between you, you solve it out, you discuss it. Okay, and you don't assume. Sometimes because of your assumption, a lot of things goes wrong. Okay, if you have issues, okay, because sometimes we have to go for a date, and me and my wife goes a lot of dates. Okay, because before marriage, we never meet before marriage, right? I told you. Okay, it's just within 2 weeks we got married. So I called her a bit before marriage talk. Who are you? Okay, so I need to know her at least. Okay, so after marriage, because once the first few years of marriage is normally honeymoon. You are lovey-dovey, mashallah. So happy. Your Facebook, everybody knows what you're lovey-dovey. But once you get your first child, that's when you feel the pressure. Okay, you're busy, you're tired. Once you have your second child, worse. You have your third child, worse. Okay, fourth child, lagi. But once you have fifth child, alhamdulillah, because the first one goes up, so they can look after, help you. But the thing is that you are preoccupied with your children, preoccupied with your wife, preoccupied with your financial matters. You do not have time for each other, and this is a time where you have to give time between yourself. Okay, so this is a thing that I learned from Oprah Winfrey. Okay, she says you need to go for dates. Okay, I go for movies. If you see sitting beside me, Ustaz, you watch movies also. I do. If you go to Aeon, I normally go to Johor. That's my favorite place. Okay, tempat lepak. That's my lepak place with my wife. So we go in the morning and then we go shopping, we buy, and after that we eat, and then after that we see movies. But I always remind her, 3 things never discuss. Never bring up 3 issues. And this is what Oprah brought out, and I think this is a very good point that you have to learn. First, you don't ever talk about your finance. Don't ever bring up about finance. Okay? Because suddenly, like just now, Syed Sani just now speak. Okay? Suddenly wife said, Abang, HDB belum bayar. You will go back. Immediately you turn around. Forget it, I'm not going to here. Go back. You spoil my mood. Okay, I just wanted to have a peaceful time. You brought up about HDB. And then after that, you don't speak about your children. You will also break your mood. Okay? Just now. Okay. Just now, madrasah talk about this, talk about that. And also, you don't talk about your finance. You talk about, and you don't talk about your work. These 3 things. Never talk about your finance, never talk about your children, and never talk about your work. Other topics is free. Previously, you can see this. Many couples before married, they talk about everything under the sun. They talk about pimples. You see, mashallah, I see some couples who, check pimples. I see, mashallah, so loving couple. Okay, you talk about the sun, you talk about the stars, you talk about the birds, you talk everything you can talk. But never touch these two things, and you will be okay. You will be okay. As long as you come together, the more time you be together, you're okay. Alright? And the last slide. Okay, we'll move to the last slide because my time is over. Risk management. When you talk about wealth, you talk about marriage, there will be a lot of risk. Okay, dangers. How you manage the risk. Especially family risk. One case that I remember, the 3 months divorce. Okay, they brought into appeal. So we studied the case. The husband is too attached to the family. So the wife gets like suffocated. Get extremely suffocated. Anything that she wants to do, the husband has to ask permission from the mother. Okay? Your husband and wife. You don't have to ask permission anymore. You are the man of the family. Okay? So you want to ask advice from your parents, cannot. Okay? Remember that you are a family unit. Okay? You don't have to ask permission from your father. If your father says something to you, you say, I'm a man. This is my family. Okay? So, and you protect your wife. If anybody scolds your wife, you defend her. Okay? That's basically the responsibility of the husband, so that she can trust you. Okay? So, family, very important. And secondly is expectation. Because sometimes you think that, oh, mashallah, before marriage, the husband is nice, wife is nice, Malaysia, hijab semua tak mati. And then once you get married, mashallah, the husband farts here, farts there. Mashallah. That's the men do that. I do not know why. Okay? And men have a lot of crazy habits. Lots of crazy habits. I do not know. Some people dip their toes, whatever. So you might have a different expectation before marriage. Once you get married, you have to accept. And they say, terima seadanya. Terima seadanya. You have married me, take me as I am. Okay? Alright? Don't try to change. And sometimes the wife thinks they need to change the husband. That's where trouble comes in. Okay? Some have small habits you can change. But sometimes it's inbuilt. Okay, my wife have to take me as I am now. Okay? So sometimes even for small matters, divorce might come just by a small habit whereby the husband press the toothpaste from the top. The wife press the toothpaste from the bottom. And every day it comes in and it builds up. It builds up. Okay? Every morning the wife says, alamak. And then tomorrow she says, alamak. Tomorrow, alamak. And then suddenly she just blow. Just because of toothpaste. MashaAllah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, it's just an example, but there might be other examples. Okay? So sometimes husband you have to learn also certain habits that you have to change. Okay? Alright. And also opposite sex risk. Okay, we have to manage, especially when you have mates. Okay, mates can be a fitna. I had maid for about 16 years of my life with my children. Alright, so in the beginning I had a rule. I set a rule. Every time if in the home, if there's no male person in the home, I can never stay in the house, even when I'm tired. That is the rule that I place on myself. Okay, so if I entered, nobody, because my children go to school, my wife went for an appointment, there's the maid. The worst thing that I can say is, cuci kereta. Take as long as you want. So she'll wash my car, and then she'll take about half an hour, she come back. Tuan sudah cuci, alamak cepat. So I said, okay, sudah, saya mau keluar. So relationship is important because it's also trust. And also if you think you want to WhatsApp some friends, lady friends, you want to message, you cannot escape it. Men never do that. Your wife will find out. Your wife will find out. Okay? And she can find out very easily. Okay? I don't know how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did that. But somehow my wife always say it's a woman's intuition. I don't know. Because somehow Allah gives them the feeling that something is wrong. But probably because she can catch you. Because when you move on and suddenly you are so happy there's something wrong. How come my husband come back very happy? Okay? Or there'll be ways. And psychologically, you can never lie to your wife. You can never lie. Your wife can pick up very easily. And they say if you really want to lie to the phone. Maybe you have a higher chance of lying. Because when you speak face to face, eye to eye, she knows that you are lying. That's it. Okay? And also, last thing is that financial risk, I think Brother Sani has talked a lot and I appreciate. I'm learning from Brother Sani just now, the few slides. MashaAllah, very, very good point in terms of managing your finance. Okay, but I think the best thing is to live a minimal life. Minimalist, and I think it's good. No point, you have a lot of things. MashaAllah, sometimes our clothes, our bags. But this habit is a very bad habit that we have developed. Alright? So I think that's basically what I want to say. I hope there's some lessons that you can take from what I presented. And inshallah, if you have any question, inshallah, you can have a discussion. Thank you very much.